Hi, hello, my name is Jewel. Welcome to my bedroom floor. Yeah, I'm on my floor right now because I have nowhere else to film this, and you know, the background's kind of cool. Like, you can see a portion of my bookshelf, so might as well. Yeah, hi. I've had a Bookstagram page for like a few months now, I think. I just really like talking about things that I'm passionate about, so might as well, you know, be able to verbally express my passion on, you know, reading, writing, all of that stuff. So decided to make my 5th grade dreams come true because that's what I wanted to do. I decided for, you know, my first video, because I didn't really know where to start, I should do the like mid-year book tag that's going around, or people doing, I don't know. I'm using my phone to record this, so I had to write down each of the prompts on a little notepad. But you know what, I'm making it work with what I have. So, best book you've read so far. I have many options. I have them right here. I have to say, for firstly, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I loved this trilogy so much. So good. I remember I finished this book, and then that same night I went to my mom and was like, we're going to the bookstore ASAP because I need to get the next 2 books in the series. And I did, and I loved these. Another one is This Is How You Lose the Time War. It was hard for me to get into it at first because, like, I don't know, I read it directly after A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it was a short book that I wanted to read, so I started it and I had a hard time getting into it, but the ending was so beautiful. Like, it was just so gorgeous, and I love this book so much. A third favorite I don't have with me because I'm letting a friend borrow it right now, but it is Better Than the Movies. I love that book so much. It's so adorable. I just loved it. I'm just gonna shut up. Spoiler warning, that book's gonna be mentioned a few more times. Best sequel. This book I would have actually put for best book because I do like it better than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but Good Girl Bad Blood I decided to put for best sequel because, I mean, this is probably my favorite book I've read so far this year. Maybe on the same level of Better Than the Movies, I don't know, but just, I loved this book so much. New release I want to read. This one's a tricky one because I don't really have any like new releases that I'm like awaiting on being published, or that I have. I guess, I don't know if it's coming out in 2023 or 2024, or I mean even 2025, I don't know, but I guess the 5th volume of Heartstopper, I guess, I don't know. And then the 3rd one in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, because I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I read Caraval and I read Legendary, and I got around like halfway through Finale, and I loved those. Kind of. I have technically DNF'd Finale, but only temporarily because I'm just not in a fantasy mood right now and I don't want to get into a reading slump. But yeah, so that's the reason why I haven't finished it, and I don't even remember what the new book is called. Shows how much of a fan I am, but yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to that because I really do like Stephanie Garber's books, so you know. Most anticipated release. Oh shoot, was that the wrong one? Oh my god, I just talked about the wrong one. I don't own any like new releases that like I like want to read but haven't yet because I don't know any. I mean, okay, I usually just like go to my bookstore, and then like if I see a good book, I'll take it and read it, and I don't know if it's new or not, or like if it's very old, until like after I've read it and I'm like rating it on Goodreads. Like, I just don't know how new it is, so I don't know how to answer those. Biggest disappointment. I have a few. This one right here, I think I gave it 3 stars, so it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I was expecting. It's A Deadly Education, because this was at the very beginning of the year. I think it was either January or February, maybe March. No, I think it was February, maybe January. Dude, I don't know, but just like beginning of the year, and I hadn't read a lot of fantasy. Like, I don't think I've read a single fantasy book at the beginning of the year before this, and then I picked this one up thinking, you know, I want to try getting into more dark academia books, and this is probably a good place to start, and it just wasn't great. Like, it took me a really, really, really long time to get into, and then by the point I did, I mean, I think I finished the second half of it in like one sitting pretty much, but before that it took me a really long time to get into it, and I just didn't really enjoy it too much, so I guess that's the biggest disappointment. Second disappointment I don't have with me because I got it from my library, and good thing I did because I didn't really know if I'd want to spend my money on it. It's Every Summer After. I heard good things about it, like really good things about it, and I was excited to read it because it was the beginning of summer, or like school wasn't even out yet at that point. Like, I just wanted a summery book to get me in the vibe or whatever. And the main character, whose name I don't even remember, was just so annoying to me. I don't know why. And then I was on Goodreads going to mark it as like a DNF or whatever, and I accidentally read a spoiler of the end of the book, and then was so happy I didn't finish it because I was just like shocked for a hot second. I was like, what is, huh? Yeah, I don't know. There's so many like 4-star and 5-star reviews for that I don't know if I'm like alone in this, but I don't know, just wasn't really a big fan of that. And then third one, this is a manga. I have a pretty, not big, but like a decent amount sized collection of mangas. You'll learn about me that there are 3 things that I love more than anything in this world. Reading / writing, I guess, Taylor Swift, and Animal Crossing. And this was terrible. I'm sorry. Literally, I think this was like my first non-DNF that I gave a 1 star because it was that bad. Like, I think in my 1 star, I said something like, you know it's a bad book when Tom Nook is the only likable character or something like that. Like, it was one of those books that tried so hard to be funny, but it wasn't. So, just really disappointed by this one. Biggest surprise! Okay, this one actually kind of ties in with A Deadly Education, because I was like reading that book because I was the first fantasy book I had read in a super long time. It kind of made me think that like, oh, maybe I just don't like the fantasy genre. And then I read this book. I think I gave it 4 stars. It's The Poison Season, and it like didn't surprise me because it became like an all-time favorite book that I loved so much. I was like obsessed with or whatever, but it really just surprised me because it opened my eyes like, you know, maybe I do like this genre after all. Yeah, I guess I was surprised in that way. Also, this is the Owl Crate exclusive cover, which is just so pretty. And then you open it, like, hello, and like, it's so gorgeous. I can't. Okay, favorite new author. Okay, so neither of these are new per se, but they're new to me because I just wasn't really a huge reader before the beginning of this year. Oh, first of all, Stephanie Garber. Love these books. So you know what? I love her. And then this one, Jenny Han. I think yesterday I was just bored because I recently got my wisdom teeth removed, and I was like, you know what? I'm just suffering in bed, might as well read a book. I picked this up. I read it in 1 sitting, and this was like the first book that I ever like actually tabbed and stuff, because most of the time I would like read through it and not put tabs in. Also, any Swifties out there, the new trailer, first of all, devastating, and second of all, back to December Taylor's version. Are you kidding me? Like, you're kidding. I'm dying. I've technically only read this book. Okay, actually, what am I saying? I read this book and the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, and then I read all of the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, which like I wasn't really a huge fan of, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really liked the first one, and it just like slowly started going downhill for me. I'd say Jenny Han's probably a new favorite author. I'll have to, you know, keep you guys updated when I read the next 2 books in the trilogy though, because hopefully it stays that way. I really don't want it to crash and burn like my opinions on the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy did, because like it was so good. I loved the first one, and then I don't know. I don't even know what I didn't like about them, or I kind of do. I don't know. All I'm saying is very particular about romances because it's just very easy to ick me. Very easy. I don't know why. It just is. I get icked out very easily. So fun. Yeah. Anyways, favorite character. Okay. Okay. So honestly, probably any character from Every Heart a Doorway. It's the first book in the Wayward Children series. It's the only one I've read, but I cannot wait to read more because I loved it so much. But if I had to pick one character or two, I'll narrow it down to two characters, probably Nancy or Jack. I don't know. I don't really know. I adored those two. And I adored that book as well. So yeah, I guess them. Oh, did I skip one? Oh, I skipped one. I accidentally skipped newest fictional crush. So this one's kind of cheating, I want to say, because I have an answer, but I haven't technically read the books yet, but I'm going to. Okay, so me and my dad watched the Scott Pilgrim movie, and is my cat in my door right now? Yeah, so we watched the Scott Pilgrim movie, and I have the books on my desk right now. But Kim Pine. That's all I'm saying. So technically cheating because I'm about to read them in like the next 3 days. But, you know, we already know it's true. So, book that made me cry. Okay, first of all, pulling it back up. This one, tears. Many tears were shed during this one. Ooh. I don't want to talk about this one. I really don't want to talk about this one. It was my first read of 2023, and I was in bed sobbing. Like, genuinely. It was so bad. It was, many tears were shed. Another book that I don't have with me because I once again got it from the library, but The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Lots of crying with that one as well. Book that made you happy. I don't think I even have to say it, honestly. I really don't. Better than the movies. Whoa, how do you guess? It's crazy. Most beautiful book. Okay, so these two are on my July TBR pile. I'm gonna read them sometime next month. We have Ariadne. Just, it's so pretty. I love Greek mythology so much. And like, it's so pretty. I can't. Another one, Chain of Gold. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive. Literally cannot wait to read this. And like the gold too, it's so stunning. I cannot wait to read this. I'm, like I said, not really in a huge fantasy mood right now, but I might have to, you know, bring this one up to the top because I just, you know, want to read it because it's so pretty. Books you need to read by the end of the year. Okay, so I'd have to say pretty much like any book that's on my bookshelf because I want to read all of them so badly. I guess if I had to pick a few, I want to finally finish the Caraval trilogy and read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Most importantly, probably more books in the Wayward Children series because just, I need to. I loved Every Heart a Doorway so much. Finally, more Elizabeth Painter books because better than the movies, I don't even want to talk about it. Thank you so much for watching this. It was a mess of a video, let's be honest, but you know what? It's a start, okay? I've never done this before unless you're counting when, you know, me, my sister, my cousins in like I said, the 5th grade would like make YouTube videos that were just so 2016. Like most of them had to do with slime and stuff, and we would like put them on unlisted and just send them to each other. Unless you're counting that, this is my first like video ever. So it's a start, okay? I don't really know how to start this. I have terrible anxiety. So I'm just gonna do it and hope for the best, you know? So I do hope you enjoyed though. Thank you so much for watching and bye!